Hello everyone, my name is Daitomodachi, and I hope you're having a wonderful day and night. First off, I want to thank everyone that helped me reach 20k subscribers. From my friends, the voice actors who voiced these videos, and most importantly, you, the subscriber. However, for the past couple of days, I realized that I need to do something to give back to the SFM animation community. I figured one way I can give back to the community is to share some advice to SFM animators who are struggling to grow on YouTube. Please keep this in mind. I'm still considered small in the YouTube space, and I've only been animating for almost 3 years now. I'm simply providing some advice based on my experience managing this YouTube channel. Before I start, I'm going to explain why it's difficult to grow an animation channel on YouTube. Around early 2010s, YouTube started to focus more on videos that promote a longer watch time, which is basically the time a user stays on YouTube, as well as channels that are able to post content on a consistent basis. Because of this, you started to see an explosion in Let's Plays, since they're generally not too taxing to make, can be produced at mass quantities, and can be as long as they want to be, but not animations. Making an animation can take a long time to make, depending on the length of the animation and the quality of the animation. Because of this, animation channels tend to post content less often compared to other YouTube channels. YouTube doesn't really like promoting animation channels for this specific reason. Now that I explained why YouTube doesn't really want to promote animation channels, I'm going to explain how SFM animation channels can grow on YouTube despite this limitation. One way to do this is to create a backlog of content and schedule that content at fixed intervals. One of the reasons I'm consistent with my content is because I have a 10 to 11 week backlog of animations. Every day I am working on an animation project, so that way I can maintain this backlog. Despite this, I do not recommend anyone to do weekly animations unless you already have several weeks of animations planned out and prepared to work on a new video every week. What I do recommend is having some sort of consistency with the content you post. It could be bi-weekly, it could be monthly, every other month, etc. Just be consistent with your posting frequency and YouTube will pick up on it. Let's say you don't want to create a backlog of animations. Cool, no problem. Then you might want to look into live streaming your work. See, YouTube wants to compete against Twitch. They do not like the fact that Twitch is leading them in the live streaming market, so they will do anything to beat them. This means that YouTube often promotes live streams more than the videos. Animators can use this to their advantage as they can live stream themselves working on their projects on YouTube. Another added bonus is that this not only serves as actual exposure for your animation, but it can create a sense of attachment between you and the viewer. Hell, Fox in Space is a perfect example of an animation channel that's been growing despite the fact their animations can take a long time to make because they live stream themselves working on their animation every day. Either way, if you have the equipment and the internet speed, I highly recommend live streaming yourselves working on your animation. Just be careful with the music you play, as YouTube can copyright claim or strike your stream if you're not careful. Another way animation channels can grow is by aiming for TENTPOLE content, or content tailored for specific events. Animation channels can aim for specific events that they know are coming up as a way of getting attention, since this gives them enough time to work on their video. For example, my Ryobu holiday specials are examples of TENTPOLE content, as those videos are targeted for specific holidays. Your content doesn't have to be only limited to holidays, but also other events you're passionate about, like video game releases, a new season of an anime, etc. Animation channels can also grow by aiming for tags that have high search but low competition. At the end of the day, YouTube is a search engine and ranks videos based on their tags. If you have tags that are highly competitive but have low search volume, that video will probably not do well in search. But if you aim for tags that have high search but low competition, then that video tends to do better. One tool I recommend using is To Tubbybuddy, as it helps you figure out what tags are good and what tags are bad. The final piece of advice I can give is to be an active member of a community, whether it's a forum, subreddit, etc. For example, I used to be active on our game industry and posted my first few Neptunium videos there. And that's one of the reasons why my Neptunium videos been doing so well. However, be a member of a community you're passionate about. Be a member of a community you absolutely love. It could be FNF, it could be Sonic, Neptunia, I don't know. Just be an active member of that community. The thing I want to stress with this is to not spam your content in that community. Otherwise, you'll gain a negative reputation in that community. So, in closing, you can grow your animation channel in a variety of ways, such as creating a backlog of animations, live streaming yourself working on that animation, aim for tentpole content, aim for high search, low competition tags, and to be an active member of a community. Despite the advice I give to you today, there are several things I want to emphasize on. If you're not passionate about animating and you're doing this just to be popular, then you will not succeed and/or your life will be miserable. One of the reasons I got into animating was to deal with some dark stuff in my life. And I found and still find animating a good way to deal with these problems. If I didn't, then I wouldn't dedicate every day animating or trying to improve my animations. Finally, do whatever you feel comfortable with. Do whatever you feel good about. At the end of the day, you have to do whatever you have to do, and I respect that. I just wanted to help this animation community by giving some advice on how smaller channels can grow. With that said, I want to thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day and night. See ya!